Welcome back to the Family Records. It is Wednesday, March 15th, episode 15 of the Family Records. It's a beautiful sunny day outside. Really quickly, if you just came across this channel, please feel free to subscribe. Join the family. We're getting bigger every day, and I appreciate every single one of you. But with that out of the way, let's get to it. Today's record is Atom Heart Mother, Pink Floyd. Let's give it a listen. Atom Heart Mother by Pink Floyd. Great album. Not one that I had any recollection of growing up with. Didn't recognize the album, didn't recognize the sounds. So I'm not sure if this was played much when I was growing up, but certainly a great record and a great piece of work by Pink Floyd, as usual. Loved it. On my first listen, I was definitely struck just by the sounds of it, how different it was from, I'm sure, its contemporary pieces at the time. Immediately, Dad had a strong reaction talking about how Floyd had been influenced by orchestral music around then. And so there's a whole sequence with the choir, which was, I really enjoyed that. That's right off the top. He says he thinks the first time any pop group had tried such a thing. So he was at the Bath Festival in 1970 with 250,000 other people. And the headliners were Pink Floyd. This is a long time ago, obviously, but he thinks Pink Floyd were playing Friday night and Led Zeppelin were playing on Saturday, which would have been a crazy concert. And he says this Floyd did the whole of Atom Heart Mother with the choir and an orchestra. And I assume he means, I don't think he means the whole album. I think he means the whole song Atom Heart Mother, which is a 23-minute orchestration. But they did that whole thing with a choir and an orchestra, and they had two giant screens either side of the stage, which giant, I'm sure, was relative at the time, but they were probably pretty big. I can't imagine. Maybe they were projectors. I feel like they must have been projectors and not a rear display, but I don't know. If you know, please leave a comment down below and let me know how they did the displays. I'm assuming projectors just for the tech of the 70s, but he says they had two giant screens on either side of the stage, showing what was happening on stage so people hundreds of yards away in the crowd could see what was happening. He says he thinks it was the first time it was ever tried at the music festival, and of course, as anyone who's been to a festival knows, that's just standard now. You have two giant screens on the side or around the stage anyway. You have camera people shooting all that stuff, and then anywhere that you are in the audience, you should be able to have a good view, whether you're up close and you can see it personally or you're far away and you can see it through the lens of the crew doing the work on that show. So moving from the live performance aspect, which Pink Floyd pushed the boundaries on with their performances of this album, to the actual album itself, Atom Heart Mother was the fifth studio album from Pink Floyd, released in 1970, and it was actually their first album to reach #1 in the UK charts, which is pretty surprising given both the content on this and how big Pink Floyd was. But maybe at that time, they were still coming to their own. I don't know the history personally, so if you do, leave a comment down below as to why you think the fifth studio album from Pink Floyd was their first to ever go #1. But the title track, Atom Heart Mother, which I believe is what I'm going to say is my favorite, is a 23-minute long instrumental suite, which was written in collaboration with composer and arranger Ron Geesin. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Ron. Geesin. So I'm reading that Geesin. It could be Geesin. Apologies. Leave a comment if I'm getting the name wrong. The piece was recorded with the help of the Philharmonic Orchestra, which was conducted by John Aldous. And an interesting thing about the track, and I'm hoping that I recorded this, but I couldn't tell you to be honest, but an interesting thing about it is that it features an unusual brass instrument called the muak. Again, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, which was designed and built by Geesin himself. The muak produces a distinctive, otherworldly sound that adds to the surreal and experimental nature of the track. And another interesting fact about this album is the cover art, which features a picture of a cow standing in a field. This was taken by the photographer Hypnosis, who we will recognize from Pink Floyd's earlier album that I reviewed. The cow was named Lulubelle III and belonged to a farmer in Hertfordshire, England. The cow was later sold to the band's bassist Roger Waters, who kept it as a pet for a while before giving it away. And overall, this album is a unique and experimental one that showcases Pink Floyd's willingness to push the boundaries of music and explore new sounds and techniques. And I certainly don't think that's anything new for a band like Pink Floyd. I feel on all the albums that I know of anyway, they were always pushing musical boundaries and trying to expand people's musical vocabulary. And I really appreciate them for that. And certainly this album was great. Probably my preferred over the two that I've done so far. The other one was Wish You Were Here. I would say my favorite track on the album certainly is Atom Heart Mother. When that started playing, it's cool. It's a great track. It speaks to my musical sensibilities. Really interesting. And I'm interested to go back and listen to the clips and see if I can isolate that unique instrument. And I'll definitely put that in the short if I can recognize it. But with all that said, I would love to know your thoughts on the album and Pink Floyd in general, your favorite track, your favorite Pink Floyd album, how you feel Pink Floyd expanded the boundaries of music and pushed the genre forward, why you like Pink Floyd, or maybe why you think they're a little overrated. Who knows? Let's have a conversation. If you're new here, please feel free to hit that sub button and join the family. Every day we're growing, more members coming into the family. I love to see that. We're one big happy family here. Or we're one big family anyway. Who knows if we're always happy. But we're one big family here. I appreciate every member. Love you guys all so much. So thanks for joining. Don't forget, like, hit the bell, and comment. All those things are supposed to help YouTube tell more people to see my stuff, which is what I need to do right now. And other than that, I'll be back tomorrow with another record. Thanks for being here. I love you all. Bye. Atom Heart Mother, Pink Floyd. Oh, another Pink Floyd. Okay. Okay. Cows.